Oh. Well, I would say happy Tuesday, but it's not turning out to be one of those. It's one of those days today. It's teeming with rain, so it's terrible. I mean, I wasn't going to go out anyway. And I've forgotten to set my timer, of course, as usual. Let's have a look at what I can do with this timer. I always forget to set it, and I don't know why. There we go. It's set. Yeah, well, I got up this morning to this. This was a Susan Bates with a bamboo handle, which is now a Susan Bates with part of a bamboo handle, because Rosie likes wood. It should look like that, but of course it doesn't, because Rosie's chopped it. So thank goodness for Amazon, because I've had to order another one. Thank you, Rosie. She chews the kindling for the log fire. She even has a go at the logs. So we've covered everything up. And every night before I go to bed, I try to make sure I put everything away. Because, as you know from the past, she has a habit of grabbing a ball of wool and running around the back garden with it, rendering it useless because it's full of twigs and goodness knows what else. So you can't really use it again. I mean, I have rewound it on several occasions, as you probably have known. So, anyway, on with the show, as they say. Excuse me having a drink. It says Knitting Queen, does it say? Oh no, today is the first day of the rest of the miserable week, but it's not really, it's the second day of the rest of the miserable week. I am hoping that the weather improves so I can get to knit club. I couldn't go to Tram Sunday because it was cancelled because of the bad weather, adverse weather conditions. I mean, it didn't turn out to be as bad as they expected it to be, but it probably would have been bad if you'd have had a gazebo or you had a high whatever. So they just cancelled it all. There's been a lot of aggravation about cancelling it. You know, people say, no, it didn't need to be cancelled. But apparently it was all to do with the insurance company. The insurance company had said, we won't insure you if anything happens to anybody, if a gazebo blows over and hits somebody. It's this culture, isn't it, of everybody suing everybody else, you know, that they're scared to death they'll get sued. Yeah, well, I have finished, well, apart from buttons. I didn't really feel like tramping across to the shed in the rain to try and find some red buttons, which I probably have got some in the shed. Anyway, it was from the pattern out of the Fildar book I think I showed you the other day. It was called Argentinier. It was the green version. I've done it before in the actual yarn of Fildar, which of course many moons ago. The book, I don't know whether you can still get it, but that's what it looks like without my patch on the front that says do not sell this copy because it's Janet's. That was because when it was in my shop, yeah. People had a habit of wandering off with things, you know. You know, some people have got little like sticky fingers, don't they? Anyway, this is done in some Sari silk yarn that I've had in the shed forever. And it has been a bit of a mare, actually, to knit with or crochet with. It's been a bit of a mare. But I'd paid a lot for it, so I was not going to let it languish any longer. Although I've got several oddballs, odd skeins left over that I really don't know what I'm going to do with. Perhaps bags of some description. But that would mean buying linings and zips, and I don't know whether I'm quite ready for that sort of thing. I don't know. Anyway, it's side to side. You start off with one sleeve, work your way across, you know, casting stitches on and off. It didn't turn out to be wide enough in the front because it's very difficult to measure when it's so heavy. So difficult to measure. So I finished up having to crochet the bands, and I have put buttons all the way down it, not just at the top with the one. I had to let another colour in at either side, if you can see, because I didn't have enough of the red. Well, the red base. I mean, it's a variety of all different things. The thing is, let me move that a bit. It's a sari silk that they twist up and make it into thread. So you get all different colours within the red anyway. But I had to let in a different colour. So I let it in at either side. You know, so maybe it will give me the illusion of being slimmer. Who knows, yeah. So anyway, it's got the short sleeves, as I said. So it isn't quite finished because it... Oh, where's she going now? She's not in my good books. She is not in my good books, is Miss Trixie. Miss Rosie wasn't in my good books because she chewed the crochet hook this morning. Miss Trixie is not in the good books because I opened the door, let her out, went round the garden a few times, and I praised her because she had a wee. I went to make this video, went to make myself a brew of coffee, came back, and she had pooped in the conservatory. So I was not. She got shouted at. So she's keeping out of my way. When will that dog ever get trained, yeah? Anyway, we'll do what am I wearing. I'm wearing a grey top. It's actually got some lilac on it. Ooh, which you probably can't see. Let me move the camera. It's got some lilac on it. Embroidery. And the reason I'm wearing a blue necklace is because I am wearing... Ooh, nearly fell over. I'm wearing blue and grey flowery pants. The grey cardigan is because it was chilly. I'm not a lover of grey, as you know. I like colours. But I didn't really think... I suppose I could have found a navy blue cardigan to put on. Oh, here she comes, little feet. She's not my friend today. Not my friend. So I've had to light an incense stick. And I think it's actually gone out, so I'll have to light it again to get rid of the aroma. Yeah. The necklace I'm wearing is, it's actually got like a wooden flower, wooden beads and that. I don't often wear it because it's a little bit long actually, but it goes quite well with what I'm wearing today. Anyway, what am I doing at the minute? Oh yes, I'll owe you. Poo bum. I unravelled the knitting. I mean, I wasn't happy with the pattern, as you know. I bought it from Etsy and it was full of biro rings. I mean, I did complain and she did give me a refund, but would you believe she has still got it for sale with the biro rings around it, which I think is a bit naughty. You know, I know she's only asking £1 something, but still, you expect a pattern that you can actually read, don't you? Yeah. So, what am I doing? I'm crocheting. I unravelled the knitting. I thought, I am not loving this knitting. But I was loving the purple sweater that I made. I was loving that. So I thought, no, bite the bullet. It's time to unravel. I refuse to say frog, because I think that's a terrible word. So, I am using Stylecraft Special yarn in I think it's called teal. Is it called? Yes, it's called teal. So I was just taking my time with it because it's going to be a wintry sweater. Because I tried the purple one on that I'd made, and actually it's very, very warm. Yeah. So it will be a winter one while I decide what I'm going to make next. Yeah. So I went to Knit Club. And one of the ladies there asked me how much would it be to make one of the circular vests, you know, that I'd made in the purple and the green. And I said, well, if you like those, you can buy those off me. So we agreed a price, and I'll be taking those down tomorrow. I can always make them again. I only make things to pass my time along, because as you know, I find it very, very difficult to sell anything. I mean, the sales that I used to have in the past all came from America. And because of the postage situation, it's just really makes everything so expensive. It's not me that's charging a lot of money. Oh, there goes the seagulls. What a noise they make. There are times when I do miss my little garden, you know, in Prestwich, where at least it was little Tweety birds that used to sing in the privets. Not squawking, blinking seagulls. And I did used to have a nice view. I did put a picture actually on Facebook the other day of one of my old memories of my, what's it called, staghorn sumac tree, which is a lovely tree. I wish I'd have brought a cutting, but there really wasn't anywhere to put it here because it's such a big tree when it grows, yeah. Cheers. It's my umpteenth cup of coffee for the day, so it's a wonder I'm not spinning round, isn't it? Yeah. I didn't start the blue that I got the other day, that I was going to do another circular waistcoat. I didn't really, no. I haven't gone back in the shed doing any more tidying because the weather's been so dire. And I did think I was going to be going to Tram Sunday. But of course, I didn't. So I finished up finishing the knitting. It weighs really, really heavy. But it cost so much, this Sari silk, when I bought it, that I was determined I was going to use it up and not sell it for peanuts on eBay. Because sadly, that's all I ever get off eBay is peanuts, yeah. So what have I done? I have gone crazy and I bought a job lot full of Indian jewellery. I think it's gorgeous, but of course I won't be wearing it all. So I've got to find some way of kind of selling the rest of it. I bought it, and when they've come, you know, they've come as sets in little plastic boxes. Oh, shush phone. And they've come with earrings to match. And the price is on them. It says £24.50 on one of them. I didn't pay anywhere near that amount, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous little earring? What is wrong with my phone? Stop it. For goodness sake, phone. Yeah, that's the little earring. And this is the beautiful necklace that goes with it. Yeah, they've got little like tassels on the end of them. I mean, I've got every one of them, except two I think, has come. And I think there's about 20 of them, and one of them is damaged, but not irreparably damaged. But that's about it really. But some I think are so gorgeous I will be keeping them for me, for moi. But the others I'm going to have to find some way of selling them. I need a car boot, don't I, where there's a lot of Asian people. They're not gold and they're not real jewels or anything like that. That's another set. But I think they're really, really pretty. Has this one got a price on? Yeah, £28.40 this one says. As I say before, they are not gold and they are not any special gems. But I do think they are pretty. So if you can think of any way of me selling them. That's got a little tassel on the end. Because I'm not going to keep every one of them. There must be about 20 of these. And they are so, so pretty. I might try putting them on Facebook with the price, see if anybody's interested. But I don't know how much the price would be if it was going to America. I know they're only little. And they perhaps don't weigh an awful lot. But this one is damaged, this one. But in actual fact, the little stone that's missing, which is there, is actually floating loose in the bottom of the box. So it could be repairable. That one has no price on it because it's damaged. And it's not in a box probably because it is damaged. And that has, ooh, little earrings that go with it. That's cute. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of putting the photographs maybe on my Facebook. I'm just trying to find another one that I think is lovely. As I say before, there's about 20 of them, and they all come in little boxes. Yeah. They're all in little boxes, and they've all got their own earrings to match. So I'll be very, very glamorous if I start wearing all of these, won't I? I don't know why I do love Indian jewellery. I really do. Oh, it's got an earring attached to it. Oh, that one's not got a price on it. It's so pretty, isn't it? If you like any of these, by the way, or if you like any of them and they come on Facebook, let me know. I will not be charging you £28.40 for a set. Because I didn't pay that much for the whole lot, so... Well, I did pay that much for the whole lot, if you know what I mean. I didn't pay that much each for the whole lot, yeah. I just bought them as a job lot. And when they arrived, I thought, oh my goodness me, I think I went a bit crazy there. So we'll see what happens with them. See what happens next. Oh, yeah, I could show them you all day, but here we go. This one's priceless as well. That's pretty, isn't it? Look. They're all so pretty. Maybe I will keep them on. Maybe I will wear them on. You never know what you might see me wearing next. Ooh, look at those. Got little bells for my ears. Little tinkly bells. Right, I'm not going to show you anymore. I will take photographs individually of them and put them on Facebook. I think that's probably what I will do. And then if you like any of them, you can say, hey, how much would that one be? Or maybe I'll put a price on, I don't know. But remember, if you're in the States, I can't really do anything about the price of the postage. Although I don't know whether it would go as a small letter or whether it would get squashed, you know. In the post, maybe I would have to buy padded envelopes or something, you know, to stop them being squished in the post. Because you know what the postal service is like, sadly. It's like everything goes through automatic, and it does. Maybe it goes through rollers, I don't know, maybe it will squash everything. I mean, this came in a great big box, actually, so... I saw it arrive. I was out, you know, at knit club, and I heard that we've got a chime, you know, that when somebody rings the doorbell. And I thought, what on earth? What's my son been buying in a big box? Because it looked like a trainer box, you know, a box of trainers, sneakers as you call them in America. And I thought, what's my son been buying now? Ha! When I came home, it was on my chair. It was mine. So who knows? Oh, that's pretty. See, I wasn't going to show you anymore, but I've just got distracted. I'm very distracted by anything. You know, it's like, ooh, shiny. You know, I get very, very distracted by shiny little things. That's why I don't go on, you know, wool sites anymore or anything like that, because I get distracted. I can't even open the box for this one. The box is stuck together. I'm sure I've opened this in the past. I thought I'd opened every one of them, but maybe I didn't. Anyway, I can't open it. It's stuck together. It's not stuck with sellotape, but I'm frightened of breaking the box. Yeah. It's, you can see it a lot. It's blue. That's pretty, isn't it? Yeah. And there's another one that's loose. I don't know whether it's loose because it's lost something. This is all pearls. I think I'm like, oh yeah, I really like that. Oh yeah, I like that one. Oh, why don't I keep that? Terrible, aren't I? Yeah. Anyway, I need to say congratulations to Tracy Crochet Rocks, who came on my live, if you remember, if you actually came on my live on Saturday. She's reached 12k subscribers. subscribers, sadly, have been the same for about the last 4 years. I gain a few, I lose a few. Gain a few, lose a few. So if you like my videos, can you please thumbs up, subscribe and tell your friends, because I'd like to just make it grow a little bit. I'm not going mad saying 12k, but it's just a bit disheartening when you've been at 7.5 like for about 5 years. You're thinking, what is wrong? What is wrong with me? I mean, my subscribers are very, very loyal to me. They do stay, mostly. Maybe it's because I don't do giveaways and things like that. But I think I've mentioned before, the last giveaway I did, it was all won by people in America. Not that I have anything against that, but they weren't my subscribers. I'm like, who's that? I didn't recognise any of the names. And I swear to this day that they just joined for the, to join the giveaway, and then they left. So it put me right off. It cost me about £90 with the giveaways and the postage, and I thought, I can't do that these days. Not now I've retired and I'm on the pension. Sadly, I cannot do it. And I feel so mean saying, oh yes, I'll do a giveaway, but it's got to be people in the UK only. But it's kind of getting that way, isn't it? Because, I mean, like Tracy will do, she's doing a giveaway at the moment if ever you follow Crochet Rocks. But she will do like, I'll send anywhere in the world. But, it just put me off. Like I said, it wasn't just the money, it wasn't just a giveaway, it was the fact that the people who won it, I'd never even heard of any of them. Any of them. I think about 1 or 2 I recognised, but the rest, not got a clue who they were, and I certainly weren't subscribers. So that's what I mean. That is, that's not on, is it really? When you, maybe there is a certain percentage of people who just look out for giveaways and just enter giveaways, and then they don't bother watching the rest of the channels. Maybe it's worldwide, maybe it's the same with everyone. And I think that's so mean, or whatever you want to call it, so grabbing, so greedy. You only subscribe to somebody if they're doing a giveaway, and then you don't bother watching the video again after that. Yeah. Anyway, that's just my personal rant. Yeah. So there's no giveaways from me because I can't afford it anymore. Sad but true. Especially when Rosie keeps chomping an £8 crochet hook. Oh. Little sweetheart, isn't she? That dog has cost me, I don't know how much. She's not the first one she's chewed up, by the way. She's chewed up another one before that. And she's wrecked about 3 or 4 balls of wool, but we won't go into that. But she's still my favourite. At least she doesn't poo in the conservatory. You know what I mean? To think we nearly got another one. My daughter-in-law said that they were trying to find a home for Trixie's daddy. And I'm like, no, no. And she's going, oh, well, 3 dogs are just as easy to take care of as 2. And I'm like, no. No, 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 no. When I mean, I don't mind looking after them, but when they go away, I think 3 dogs would be just a dog too many. Yeah. I mean, in the past, blimey, I've had 4 of them. I've had 2 Rottweilers, a boxer cross, and a Chihuahua. When I lived, but my house was bigger then, and I had more room, and the dogs were better behaved. People have a thing about Rottweilers, but you know, they were absolutely perfectly well behaved. Absolutely. Did as they were told. You know, I never had one bit of bother with the Rottweilers. They've just got a bad reputation, but I think it's not the dog, is it? It's the owner. If you bring a dog up to be well behaved, that they are. I mean, Trixie's well behaved, apart from the toileting bit, which we cannot get a handle on. Ah. She'll go to the door, you let her out, and she goes and does what she has to do, and then she'll come in and do more. She doesn't like the rain. She's a real diva. Yeah. And it has been raining quite hard. Yeah. Thankfully my scooter is repaired, so that's great. I had to go for my blood test yesterday, you know, for my diabetes. And I know it's got to be bad when they tell me. I know it's got to be, you've been naughty, you've been this. They're dying to get me on insulin, and I'm like dying to say, no thank you, don't want to. I mean, I'm battling the weight at the moment, because since I can't get my injections, I am putting weight on. And it really bugs me when I see in the paper, Sharon Osbourne has lost so much weight with this jab. And I'm like, ugh. Please let the people who have diabetes have the jab, and not the people who have the money to buy it off prescription and just using it to jab themselves to keep the weight off. Apparently it's a bit of an appetite sort of suppressant, which they didn't tell me when I started with the jabs. They just said it was to aid me with my diabetes. They didn't explain why or why. It was just inject yourself once a week. But since I've not been able to have it, my appetite has really raced, you know. I'm always hungry. And it's all right them saying, oh, watch what you eat. And I'm like, well, tell, you know, Vanessa Feltz, Sharon Osbourne, Boris Johnson, and whoever else, probably the Kardashians if I know, tell them to watch what they eat and not just rely on being jabbed every day with my jab that I need once a week. Really annoys me. So I'm being railroaded kind of thing into going on to insulin, which I don't want to do. I mean, for a start off, I've got no way of measuring whether my sugars are high or low, because they've never given me any monitors, never given me anything. And I can't have the ones where you jab your fingertips, because I've got very poor circulation and neuropathy. So if I start jabbing my finger ends, they won't heal because they're dead on the ends. And I know for a fact that, you know, the thing that you stick on your arm, they probably wouldn't give me on the NHS because they cost about £300 each. And I am not stabbing my fingers every day and having sore fingers, because I've accidentally stabbed myself, as you all do with knives and things, and it takes forever to heal because of my diabetes and my neuropathy. So the thought of jabbing myself 2 or 3 times a day with them blades, you know, and having fingers like I don't know what, so I can't do my crochet, doesn't fill me with a lot of joy, you know. So I know I could monitor myself with a diet, but as I said before, I'm 77. How much longer am I going to live? And it's the quality of my life that I'm thinking about. I might live till I was 100 if I watched everything I ate. But what would the quality of my life be like? Would I be thoroughly miserable? Probably. Because when I look at what you're supposed to eat, I'm like, oh, don't eat that. Don't like that. Oh, you have to have this instead of that. And I'm like, but I don't like it. You know, I don't like brown bread. I don't like bread with bits in. I don't like brown rice. That is the most disgusting thing that ever existed, is brown rice. And I just happen to have a sweet tooth. Sad, but true. But when you've lived 70 odd years of your life eating not mega loads of cake and biscuits, but cake and biscuits when you felt like it, sweeties and chocolate when you felt like it, and then all of a sudden somebody says, whoa, can't have them anymore. No. And don't say diabetic chocolate, because have you tasted it? And I really do not like dark chocolate, which I know is better for you. And who the heck eats 1 square? You can have 1 square of dark chocolate. Oh, whoopee! That will really, there we go, phone again. That will really stop me hankering for chocolate, won't it? 1 square of dark chocolate a day. Stop it! Why will... And my phone's on the blink as well. I think I need a new phone. Oh, more joy. More expense. Anyway, I'm sorry if I've been rambling on and ranting, but that's just the way it is today.